Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. I hope you guys are having a good day. Thankfully, Target did not go and drop. I made a video earlier on today and I was like, hey, I'm not sure. I'm staying up until like 4 in the morning. I'll let you guys know. So I would have felt super bad if I made that video and then it like dropped at like 5 randomly. So Target as of now has still not dropped. Same with Best Buy and a few of the other major retailers. As I was mentioning before earlier on today, I did kind of seem like it was going to be a little bit more of a drier day, at least for today, because it is an actual holiday. So far, this kind of seemed true, but we also have a chance for a PS Direct coming out sometime in the near future as well. I'd probably say a lot more things are going to be happening up on this Tuesday and Thursday if I had to go and highlight any special days, aka tomorrow. So we have a lot of good news to go talk about for this Target drop. We have a lot more information. There was like stock literally everywhere. I have to get rid of this Christmas tree too, so I hope you guys can leave some comments to yell at me. I think maybe I should finally go and put down the Christmas tree, boys. It's been a while, and also I have to get a haircut soon. As I've been making all these videos, I've been progressively seeing my hair get worse and worse and worse. You guys can probably even look back like 2 months. I look nice, good, and clean, and now I look like this. It's not good. It's all these late night hours for these PlayStations. So when it comes to this stuff, we have a lot to talk about. As I mentioned, we have some more employee actual shipment information. We have a lot of stock all throughout the community. We have so much stuff going on. We'll probably even have enough information to go make another proper new video tonight with a lot of new information as well. We also, I think, might have some Best Buy news later on throughout today too, so be on the lookout for that. As the per usual for the sellout stuff, make sure you guys are subscribed. Pop on the notifications too as well if you guys are still trying to get your consoles, or just overall Sony news for the channel itself. As well, we are giving away a PS5, so make sure you guys are subscribed for that. Leave a like if you guys enjoy these types of videos. Comment below down your thoughts. And of course, always we have the Amazon link down below. It's very much overdue for the PS5 or for warehouses, whatever you guys want to go to. Always link down below. I also have the Twitter and Twitch stream. Definitely go and pop a follow on those. More so, I guess, maybe for the Twitter, if anything. That's probably the more important spot to follow. And of course, the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. And you guys go and get like $25 for free. Literally free money as I'm rambling and showing up pictures and talking about this stuff. It's always worth it. Why not? And of course, Coinbase, you guys buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. I've had a lot of you guys doing both of those because the market's doing so well. So keep on up with it and enjoy it. Also, I moved my thing up a little bit too as well. I'll try to mess around with that a little bit more too. So to kind of start off this drop. So we do know that Target has had stock. We've been talking about this for like a week now. Target does have stock in the actual stores. There is stock in the warehouses themselves. And as of now, a lot of the stock has been moving towards the stores. We also have some more employee confirmation on that in case you guys just don't think that's true or whatever. And also some more dates too as well to maybe be on the major lookout for. So we have a lot to cover, a lot of things to go and showcase, and a lot of things to talk about as well. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. As I mentioned, we also may have some Best Buy updates later on throughout today too as well. So going to start this off with the usual really quick recap. Number one, when it comes to all this stuff, we saw this originally from John Chris. John Chris, I think, is probably one of the first people to actually go and showcase some of the stuff. So you are a major plug. Thank you so much. Which they basically went and showed that there was a lot of stock moving as of now up on the actual Valentine's Day, aka yesterday. So we did know that there was stock moving and stock being shipped as well. And we also did see a lot of stores kind of slowly getting stock throughout the past week or so. Some places were moving from 0 to actual stock. I think we're probably one of the first people to report on this stuff. So always give us credit, boys. We may make a lot of videos, but at least we actually get information mixed on in. So we try. So when it comes to all this stuff, we have been seeing there actually has been stock moving. There's been stuff showcasing up. As I mentioned, there's been a lot of places that went from stock, went to 0, and then went to stock as well. And we also saw that there actually is still stuff available in warehouses. And also Jamazu, which we'll cover and recap in a second, basically was confirming that some places were not selling their full on stock, and some of them were kind of holding on stock as well. We've known about that for a while, and I feel like most people aren't really talking about that for some odd reason. So that's kind of, I guess, like the really quick recap for Target. So I want to go and showcase up Frenchii because Frenchii also has another little bit of employee information mixed in over here. I like Frenchii. There's like 3 people that I really enjoy in terms of all the, like restock people. I like Frenchii, I like Goat, and I like Ox. I feel like they're really generally trying to get you guys consoles, and they were kind of with me that were kind of pre-prepping up this drop itself like a week ago. So you guys are all on top of it, and I like people like you guys because you guys are actually trying to get people consoles. I don't like whenever people are like, yeah, it's gonna drop eventually. It's like, no, we want to go and see the actual proof. We want to see the information. We want to see the stock, because then you can kind of gauge the actual drop itself instead of just kind of being like, yeah, it's soon. I like it when there's actual information for it. I know sometimes I do the, yeah, it's soon, but that's more so because sometimes I can share leaks, or more so kind of just speculating. We have the mix in the channel. We sometimes have like good stuff like this that we're showing right on the channel, and then sometimes we're like, yeah, it should be overdue. We're waiting for it. We have a balance, boys. We have a balance. So when it comes to the actual video itself, we have another one with another confirmation when it comes to all this actual stock itself, with the 8 on the way. Now, That's kind of an interesting thing to go be on the lookout for when it comes to dates. You guys can kind of go and see where they have some of the audits from previous like mini micro drops and stuff like that, or the initial actual drop itself. One thing I always kind of find intriguing on too is just more so on the actual initial launch too as well. You guys can kind of see the various times, but it kind of seems like all these times are kind of just all over the place, so I guess it doesn't matter that much. So when we kind of see this is we are seeing now dates on 2/17, which is, 2 days from now. Now, does that mean that the drop is going to be waiting until 2/17? No, that does not mean that's 100. That's kind of what I guess got me on the last time. I kept on seeing dates that actually had stuff on the way, kind of how we're seeing this, how there's 8 on 2/17. But when it comes to all that stock itself, I don't know how to word it well, but basically it means like that the stock is going to be showing up regardless, so they can somewhat allocate the stock overall in general. So I don't know how to really explain it. So basically, like, imagine you have a store and 100% sure you're going to have 500 washing machines showing up. You can basically start pre-selling them because they're going to show up no matter what. Kind of thinking maybe it's a good example for that. So they can literally go and put them online, and then people can just pick it up throughout the week, or they can pick it up more so like just whenever the stock shows on up. We've seen that a lot for Best Buy drops, where sometimes people will go buy the stock and they have to wait an extra week. Or more so think maybe Walmart, you go buy from Walmart and then you had to wait an extra 3 weeks for it to actually go and ship. But they know for a fact that Sony will be fulfilling those orders around that time or sometimes earlier. So they already know in their systems what is allocated and not allocated. So just because the date does go and say 2/17, it does not mean 100% sure the drop's going to be delayed until 2/17, especially because we're seeing stock, as we showcased on over here, that was more around on the 2/14. So as of right now, we can still actually see a drop as early as even tomorrow. I'm kind of putting in more of a conservative next 2 to 3 days or so, mainly because we still have a lot of winter storms going on. Texas is still kind of weird. That does sometimes play a little bit of effect, because sometimes the actual shipping and actual cargo movement itself can also be on somewhat delayed as well, if that makes sense. So basically, I imagine you have to move a lot of stuff throughout Texas, but all their stuff is not equipped to move the stuff. They may want to delay the drop another 1 or 2 days, because as of now, we do not have a 100% confirmed date. I don't think anyone does, but we have a really good rough idea of where it is based on all this type of information. Now, besides maybe like target ahead, because sometimes we have seen people go and delay drops and move drops back. So as I kind of mentioned for this, the date, it could still drop tomorrow. And I kind of almost want to lean towards everyone else in the community itself. I'm seeing a lot of other people saying yes tomorrow or yes in the next 1 or 2 days. I think for sure it's like a pretty likely chance for tomorrow, maybe around like the 7 to 9 range, but they could also switch it on up. And that's why it's kind of hard for these retailers, is sometimes they can go a little bit earlier. So they could even do like a 4 a.m. drop like they've done before. But on the past few drops, they've done more around the 7 to 9 range, give or take-ish, something like that. So I'd maybe say more so be on the lookout for those times, but they could also mix that up. And they could also even go and completely avoid that and even do a drop at 5 p.m. Now, is that unlikely based on past target drops? Yes, but there is always a chance they could go and do that. And as well as I mentioned, past on the last previous target drop, we saw stock moving that was like, say, 2/17, and then they actually dropped at like 2/15, 16. So that's kind of why I was being more conservative on the last previous target drop. For this one, when it comes to all this stuff, there's a chance that it could be dropping as of early as tomorrow. If not, then if anything, we could probably almost confirm on the 17th when it comes to the actual dates, because they do have the stock, and why would you want to send the stock if all these other separate stores are getting stock all around? So that's kind of a major thing to be on the lookout for when it comes to this. So this is really nice to look at, but it still has a chance to go and showcase that there is going to maybe be a drop tomorrow, but also throughout the next 3 days, it's pretty much confirmed in terms of the actual drop itself. So I kind of touched on this too as well for Jamazo. We showcased up on yesterday's video, where basically he had a really big stock here up in Hawaii. And it's funny because some people are calling him a cap, and I'm like, no, Jamazo's been very helpful throughout these past few weeks for sure. But when it comes to all this stuff, they also does showcase that stock sometimes is bigger, and they sometimes do not fully sell all the actual stock itself in the actual store. Sometimes the stock itself is a little bit more maybe like smaller, like they have like micros drops, so it's like 10, 15 or so. We've been noticing that in some other actual major stores too as well. So the kind of 2 major points to kind of take away on this, I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit in this video, I'm sorry about that, but I'm trying to get all the information out. But when it comes to that stuff is, when it comes to drops, sometimes if you have a really big drop, it does not always do all the stock. If you see a 30, 35 or whatever, it does not always guarantee it's going to be a massive drop for that. but a lot of the times they do like to go clear out the stock. And also sometimes if you have a 0-0, that also means that sometimes stock does show up from the warehouse too as well. So basically it means that even if your store is very low stock, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, you can still have a chance to get stock actually sent on by from the actual warehouse. Or it can kind of even be stuff like this, where maybe your current store just doesn't actually have stock in allocation because there is stock also on the way. So in case you guys do go and check your local Targets, which I do recommend, go and go and scan the barcodes themselves. Google like PS5 console Target barcode or digital barcode, and then you can basically just go and scan it at a price check. You guys can see the stock. So, but we are kind of seeing a lot of stores that actually do have the stock already, and I'm going to showcase up some of those we've been kind of seeing throughout all of today. We've seen a lot of these boys, a lot of these. We also have some stuff over here. I'm going to Cleveland. We showcased some of these before, 10 on 10. We also saw, I was creeping through some Cheeto stuff where we saw some stuff in New York City. Throughout this drop, I've seen a lot in New York City for sure, like the Jersey, New York City area. I think we've also seen a lot in Illinois, which is good. I'm in Chicago, and I've been seeing a lot of Illinois stock. On the previous drops, there really hasn't been that much stock overall, so I'm happy with this. I'm very cool with this, just saying. So there's a big 20 on hand. That is insane. We showcased up Aaron before, but I saw him creep through Twitter. I was looking at this like Cheeto and everyone else's tweets too. I was looking through my DMs. I saw a lot of stuff going on over here, but we saw this tweet on our video yesterday. Just want to showcase that up here too as well. There's another one I was creeping through from Cheeto. Cheeto's probably still one of my favorite people probably in all of Twitter. I love you, Cheeto. Hope you know that. They have a 16 on hand and then a 16 on back, which is huge. Some of these drops are looking so big, so juicy. I love them. I love seeing this in the community. I love everyone trying to go get their consoles, and these drops are always big because the more people who get these consoles, it also means if you are somehow unlucky enough to get a drop, it means you guys can also go and have less competition for future drops as well, and also less scalper competition. It's basically just keep on driving the prices down and basically makes it easier for you to get a console, even if you guys don't get your console on this drop. And we also do want to go and showcase up. We did see a few of the smaller ones over here too as well, which is a 1 on hand, 1 on back. Some of the drops will be more smaller, and then once again, it could maybe be leading towards another regional drop. Once again, I did mention I did see a lot even in Illinois in the previous drops. We didn't see too much in Chicago, Illinois area or so, give or take. I did also see a decent amount of places in the Midwest overall. So maybe this could be more of a Midwest regional drop and maybe a few other places mixed down in where the stock is allocated. We did kind of assume the last few drops were also slightly regional as well. So I'm letting you guys know on that stuff. And I also saw another one over here from YouTube Next Gen Gaming. Got to give credit where we actually find it from, which also had some more employee information from actually the 15th, aka today. And they also had some stuff that's actually on store, in the store, like on the floor and also in back. So they basically had 15 in back, 10 on hand. You guys can kind of go and see case up over here. And this is from actual Target itself, employees over here. So thank you, YouTube Next Gen Gaming. I feel like I've never had a chance to meet that guy, but I feel like I would like him. He always seemed kind of nice. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff floating around here, chat. There is so much stuff literally everywhere. It is insane on the actual overall stock that has been flowing on up throughout my Twitter DMs, throughout Twitter in general, mentions and everything. I've had so many comments themselves. I was trying to more so kind of showcase some of the bigger ones. I saw quite a few of them that are a little bit more still to kind of like bring us back down a little bit to make sure this drop isn't like, oh my God, most massive drop ever. And dude, I need a haircut. When it comes to all this stuff, we did see, I saw at least from all my mentions, I did see quite a few smaller ones like 3, 6. I saw maybe a few 8s, which is still pretty big. But if you guys remember on my previous traps, I usually say anything over like say a 5 is kind of like a big number. So I did see a few on the lower ends, especially my DMs. We saw some places. California, funny enough, I feel like I haven't seen as many major drop areas. And I don't know why, because I feel like California always seems kind of dry. But like I mentioned, I did specifically see a lot in Illinois and some in New York, New Jersey, etc., and a lot of in the Midwest. So I'm just, if you guys are in those areas, these are very good spots to be on the lookout for, especially for Illinois. We've seen a lot in both Chicago and Southern Illinois, which is nice. Even up on the north side too as well. So if any of you guys do want to go and check your local stores and go and check your actual stock and see if there's anything available, would love to see it. Would love to see all the information available from the community. Go check your store. Sorry, like talking too much. Go check your store. Go and actually send me a picture or a video of the stock itself if you guys would like. I always love seeing that in the first place. I think I was even sent up an actual video itself. Something go, if someone's going through the effort to show up a video, I forget if I ever did or not. But I did also see this too, where we had a nice little 15 and 15 on hand. I like how quick this is like how I would take a video too, where it's just like you showcase it up for a second and then you just kind of just well, just chop it on by. I think he just ended up taking a picture of it afterwards too as well, but I did want to go and showcase up that was from Scooter the Champ, who literally sent that to me like 20 minutes ago from in California too as well. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. I want to make sure to give you, I saw that like right before I started recording up this video itself, but like I said, we're seeing stock everywhere. This drop is looking very imminent, very soon. We have employee confirmations, we have stock confirmations, we have in-house confirmations, we have picture confirmations, a lot of the actual PS5 Restock Twitter community and everyone else. We're seeing tweets everywhere. You guys are like, I've seen like 50 different tweets. If you guys want, maybe on tonight's video, because I kind of rambled already so far, because I want to touch on like, you know, the weather, I want to touch on the employee stuff, I want to touch on all the other like rambling stuff and stock and everything. If you guys want me to, I can make another video tonight, kind of just being more pure of like, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this. I wouldn't mind doing something like that, or kind of give you guys my thoughts if it's going to drop that as of tomorrow or not. Because we still have another like quite a few hours, like 8 hours of the working day to kind of go through this stuff. So there's going to be for sure probably a lot more information all throughout today. So be on the lookout for that. This was a big ramble video, basically just kind of me saying, hey, there is stock literally everywhere. It's kind of the main purpose of this video all around. Be on the lookout throughout the next 1 to 3 days for sure. There's a lot of stock flowing around. There's a lot of employee stock moving around. There's actual shipping going on. There's a lot of warehouse stuff going on. Like, this drop is looking good, juicy, and very, very, very soon. We may have a Best Buy video later on today if my my Best Buy plug actually gives us more information. We may also have another Target stuff later on throughout today. We also made a few videos earlier on today too as well if you guys want to check those on out. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Leave a like if you guys made it this far. I feel like I rambled / was kind of bad in this video, but I'm just trying to get as much out as there as I possibly can for you guys, because I want you guys to get your consoles as well. If you guys want to, Amazon link down below for the PS5. You guys could always go and check that and see, especially for the warehouses, the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get 4 free stocks. Coinbase, you guys buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, and you guys go and get free Bitcoin. Twitter and Twitch stream link down below. Definitely pop a follow. Send me a tweet for your local store, stock, whatever. And of course, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel with the notifications on, especially for the PS5 giveaway going on today as well. I love you guys all. If you like, you guys made it this far, and sorry for a longer video. I probably rambled quite a bit. But when it comes to this stuff, I love you guys all, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later on throughout today for some more videos itself.